Hello and welcome to T-TiME. I am James Mitchell and this is the first episode of a series of videos that we're going to be making with regards to mental health. So I'm going to ask stupid questions while we're giving great information by the fabulous Clare.
Okay.
Give us a little intro. Who are you? Where are you from?
So my name is Clare O'Brien. I am a psychotherapist and I'm also the mental health coordinator for a suicide prevention charity called 3Ts.
You should be enjoying this video while having a cup of tea. So pause the video, pop the kettle on, sit down, relax and get ready to learn a little bit about yourself and the people around you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Today we're going to be talking about depression and low mood. When I first met with 3Ts to talk about making these videos, low mood, that was like the first time I had heard that phrase being used. Depression can be used as a bit of a blanket term sometimes, right?
Yeah, it can be bandied around a lot. Instead of saying things like low mood and feeling sad, people tend to say, oh, I'm so depressed.
Right.
But there is actually a marked difference between feeling low and feeling sad and feeling depressed. So low mood, you might feel sad, you might cry, you might withdraw a little bit, you might take to the bed and watch sad movies, but it would only last a day or two and you'd be quite vocal about it.
Adele albums?
Yeah, a lot of Adele.
Adele albums, oh my god, okay.
But with depression, you tend to be slightly more secretive about it. The feelings are different, they're a lot more intense. So along with feeling sad and hurt and angry, you'd also feel helpless and hopeless.
Okay.
And they last for a lot longer. You would take to the bed 3 or 4 days in a row instead of maybe just one.
Everyone gets low mood. Who gets depression?
People more likely to get depression are those who suffer from trauma or abuses in their life, people who have had losses, like a job loss, a relationship breakdown, people who have suffered griefs, who have lost somebody close to them, and then people who are being bullied or feel isolated. But it also just appears sometimes. It doesn't always have a source.
People kind of think, oh, you can just get over it. Like, why don't you just buy something? Why don't you just do something fun? That's not the case, right?
Unfortunately, it's not. Depression affects the 4 main parts of who we are as people. So it affects your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviours, and also your physical body. So you might feel really low and feel really helpless and hopeless. You'd also have thoughts around that. So you'd think, well, I'm worthless, there's no point in me going out, nobody loves me, nobody wants to be around me. You might have thoughts of hurting yourself. Then also your behaviours are then changed because of those thoughts. You will start staying in more. Maybe you'll use drugs and alcohol as a way of dealing with those thoughts.
Right.
And then finally your physical body will see some side effects as well. So you may get more headaches, you may need to sleep more, or you're sleeping less because you're sitting up all night worrying about these things. Depression isn't something you can just get over.
Right.
If you break a leg, there are certain things that you do to help yourself. So you wear a cast, you don't walk on it for a couple of weeks, maybe you get physio. Depression is the exact same thing. You've got to do small incremental things that will help you get better over time, or maybe encourage them to go to their GP. There are loads of supports out there. It's important to note though that people who have depression may not be suicidal.
Yeah.
People often put the two of them in the same basket. While there is a likelihood that somebody with depression will also suffer from other mental health illnesses and possibly suicide, they don't always come hand in hand. So it's important to make that distinction.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, though, it's important that people know the signs, right? What are they?
So one of the things that 3Ts are trying to do is to teach people about loads of different mental health issues. So we have a program called Know the Signs, and there are 3 parts to it. So you know the signs of what's going on for that person or in yourself. You know the words to use to talk to somebody about it, and you also know the supports. So some of the signs can be similar to what we talked about depression, the thoughts, the feelings, the behaviours, and the physical body. What do you see? What has changed? Are they isolating themselves more? Have they stopped replying to your phone calls? Have they stopped going out? Do they talk about feeling more pessimistic than usual? And then you can talk to them about it.
It's a very sensitive subject. How do you approach that sort of thing with that conversation?
It's very important to not be judgmental and not be critical of the person. This is something they haven't asked to deal with. This is just something they have to deal with. So knowing what to say to them is really important. Knowing how to say it is important. So you use I statements. You talk about the concerns that you have for them. So something like, I have noticed that you're not coming out with us as much. You're not coming into college as much. I'm just wondering, is there something going on? Is there anything I can help you with? And then maybe if they talk to you about how they're feeling, that's when you would involve somebody else. So you could ask them who they're comfortable talking to. Is there a family member they could talk to? Would they consider going to their GP? Do you need to help them get a counsellor? There are also loads of helplines and websites out there as well.
It's really sad because suicide continues to be the biggest killer of young people in Ireland.
In fact, about 3 times as many people die by suicide than on our roads here in Ireland, and unfortunately 10 times the amount of money goes into road safety than into a suicide prevention programme.
And 3Ts are working to try and make this happen, right? They're trying to make a suicide prevention authority happen.
Yeah, we're trying to lobby for one, so it'll be similar to the Road Safety Authority.
If you would like information on the suicide prevention authority that 3Ts are trying to make happen, or if you'd like any information on what we've talked about today, as well as an array of other topics available in the self-help library on the 3Ts website, go ahead and take a look at www.3ts.ie. Make sure you tune in every week for one of these lovely videos, and we have a little competition going on with these fabulous T-TiME mugs. T-TiME right here, thanks to 3Ts and JamesMitchellTV. Who's he? Sounds attractive. You can win one of these. All you have to do is comment and tag one of your friends in the comments, someone you love, someone you'd like to give a hug in a mug to, and you could win, they could win, you could both win, or you could share the mug, I guess. I'm James, she's Claire, and until next time, bye. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for being here.